What's up, Patriot Nation? Welcome into another episode of the Patriots podcast. I'm Sean with Ryan and JJ.
Hello. What's up?
We were just talking before the podcast, and we've decided we are done with this team. We are flat out done with the 2024 New England Patriots.
Yeah.
They lose to Arizona in Week 15 this past week, brings them to 3-11 on the season. It's looking like a top 5 pick in the draft locked in at this point, especially when you look at the schedule that's upcoming for this team. We've said it all. Offensive line sucks. The tackling sucks. Everything around the quarterback coaching staff doesn't make any
It continues.
sensical decisions. Yeah.
And it's like we haven't bottomed out yet. They continue to do these things.
It just gets worse and worse. The pre-snap penalties, the press conference gaffes, everything just continues. And so we've decided we're basically moving on from this team. Do you guys have any final parting words for the 2024 Patriots with 3 weeks remaining?
I do have a parting word. Not only am I done with this team, I am done with the entire coaching staff and front office. Gerard Mayo, fire him. See you later. DeMarcus Covington, not invited back next year. Elliott Wolf, goodbye. Kid, pack your fucking bag, son. Matt Groh, see you later. No one wanted you anyways. Definitely gone. Alex Van Pelt, I would demote him to quarterbacks coach. And, he's the only thing that has been consistent on this team is Drake May making steps forward every single game consistently. And you got to give a little credit to Alex Van Pelt there just because he's the quarterbacks coach. But fire them all. I know we've talked about it, how you can't do that, and that's a bad franchise thing. And, you can't really, we shouldn't be one of those teams that fires the coach after first season. Gerard Mayo's press conference is basically throwing Alex Van Pelt under the bus, acting like he can't do anything on the sidelines. Again, not doing anything, not talking to anybody. Reminds me of Granny, my old Wade Phillips bit. Unplugged headset. That's basically what Gerard Mayo is on the sidelines. Can't do anything, not talking to any position group, never mind the linebackers or defense, no offensive line. He just kind of looks confused and sad out there all the time. And I'm done with it. What's worse than firing a first-time head coach and front office guy? Keeping them and having the same awful season again, which I think is a foregone conclusion if you keep these guys in place.
So there you go. I agree with everything you said. I don't have a whole lot to add to that, but what's the benefit in keeping him? What has he shown you? I'm talking about Gerard Mayo. What's the positive there? What have you seen from this season that makes you want to run this back? There's got to be some positives.
Give us one thing. One thing he adds value to this team.
The players seem to like him.
Silence speaks a lot right there.
The players seem to like him. I guess I would say they're not throwing him under the bus.
Do they though? Did you hear some of the comments this week?
I didn't hear him throw. I mean, I saw that some of the key players are not throwing him under the bus. Barmore, Godshaw.
Yeah.
That kind of player.
Well, they're probably too professional to do that.
Like Kayshon Boutte saying Drake May, the pass was behind him or whatever, and it's like that's not a comment on the coach directly, but the fact that he's just going to go out and say that about his quarterback. And then they asked Drake about it. He's like, well, I don't want to get him killed.
So the throw to Kayshon Boutte, just to run it back, it's an intermediate throw over the middle.
Yeah.
About 10, 15 yards. Kayshon Boutte is running a deep in, I would say. May puts the ball not behind him, but low, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
just to keep him from getting murdered by the safety that's coming over. It's protecting your player. It's a good throw. It's the right throw. And Booty catches it and then pops it up in the air. I mean, he caught it. So once you catch it, once it touches your hands, I don't think you have any defense.
Yep.
He's laying it up there. It's not a turnover worthy play according to PFF. And I didn't think it was from my perspective either. There was a couple positives in this game. Obviously, Drake May, the shovel pass at the line of scrimmage
Yeah.
for the
Great
touchdown
play.
to Demario Douglas. Like, really, just instinctive play. You don't see that a lot. The kid. He's very talented.
You
The
got a good
interception.
quarterback.
We have a good quarterback.
He was like 100% through the first half, and they had 0 points passing. He had
At
100% pass or 100%
10 for
completion
10,
percentage.
71 yards at halftime. Like, can we throw the ball down the field? And the play design was it was so conservative because he had to get, he's throwing a lot of screens, a lot of like drags and quick outs, nothing down the field whatsoever. We
Yeah.
threw two balls over 20 yards in this game. One of them was a dime to Kendrick
Born.
Bourne. Yeah,
Yeah.
down the right sideline. It was a beautiful throw. But yeah, we don't have the time to develop down the field. Verdarian Lowe had another just ridiculous game.
The announcers could not stop talking about him.
No.
I
They're
was
like, oh, how are they not helping Vidarian Lowe? Look
Yeah.
at him. He can't get out of his stance. He's getting beat around the corner every time.
The announcer said a bunch of good stuff on this game that was like, yep. I mean, they're like, they have a problem right now, and it's their left tackle. And
They
yeah,
were openly shitting on the team the whole game.
is this your first time
Deservedly
watching?
so.
Right,
Mark,
yeah, rightfully so.
but there were some positives. Antonio Gibson, I thought he looked good. Ramondre had some decent runs.
Yeah. Christian
Marcus,
Gonzalez,
Mar-
beast.
oh, Marcus Jones gets in there on offense immediately,
Yeah.
makes like an 18-yard play. Beautiful. Comes right back off the field. Don't see him again.
No.
Right.
I've noticed every time he's on the field, he catches the ball. So it's like
Can't say
maybe
that for
just
all the receivers.
maybe put him on the field where it's not designed for him, and you give the defense something else to think about. Like if he's on the field right now, he's 100% getting the ball. So the other positive, Christian Gonzalez is an all-pro level. The way he played this week, and he was mic'd up, and he's like, I heard him when he was mic'd up. He said, as soon as I saw him, Marvin Harrison spit on his hands and rub his hands together, I knew it was a slot fade. You know,
Ah, kid
so
studying.
Incredible.
yeah, good fucking player. He had some pass breakups in this game that were like, you know, he's sticky. He's so sticky,
Yeah.
and
He
he's
had
big,
great
and
position.
he makes good tackles in the run game. Goes for guys' legs. Fantastic player. At least we have two good players we can build around.
There you go. Something to look forward to. One before we move on from the Patriots, one topic is 2023 Patriots, Mac Jones, Bill Belichick last year's in New England. 2024 Patriots, Drake May and Gerard Mayo. Which team was more frustrating to watch?
Last
More
year's team.
frustrating.
Last year's offense.
Gotta be last year's, right?
Last year's offense. This year's defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say more frustrating to watch overall was last year because you had a good defense. Like you had one part of the team that was top 10. Like they were like a top 6 defense or something by the end of the year. Like they were number 1 or 2 in a couple of categories. Like they were really good. So it was like this team can't get out of its own way because Mac Jones keeps just ruining them. And the offensive line and the weapons and all that was a part of it too. I don't want to just put it on Mac. Mac was the face of it, but I would say much more disappointed in this year though.
This year's defense is much more disappointing just because
I think just the whole team too. The whole team is because you have that golden ticket that everybody fucking looks for is the quarterback. It's like, oh my God, this kid can play, and you just can't get out of your own way for the life of you.
So this year's defense, I agree, is so much more frustrating because I'm sorry, I like Jawan Bentley. He's not 12 spots in the defensive rankings important. And that's the only thing that's really changed. We have Christian Gonzalez all year.
Yeah.
Barmore was out for some time. I'll give you that. Other than that, what's
Yeah.
really Mac Wilson? We lost Peppers for some games.
Yeah,
right?
remember last year, Gonzalez got hurt early and Judon got hurt in the second game of the season, was out for the year. So it's not, you can't point to Judon. Uh, Keon White has played better this season than he did last season.
Keon
Since,
White's
yeah,
yeah, he disappears at times, but
he does disappear
I
now.
mean,
my thing is
overall,
like Kyle Duggar. What happened? What's going
huge,
on?
huge regression. I mean,
He looks hurt.
you look at the talent on this defense, they have good. The only thing they're kind of lacking is inside or really linebacker, which used to be you could fucking Bill would find some random Joe Schmo off the street, plug him in at middle linebacker, and he was okay. Like he was enough to keep this thing fucking rolling. We have I feel like an above average defensive line between Godshaw's at least an average player.
Mhm.
Anthony Jennings is an average defensive end. Keon White maybe a little above average. Barmore now above average. Dietrich Wise should be an above average off the bench guy. So your whole D line is at least average. And we, I think, right now in total defense or DVOA or whatever, we're 30th or 31st.
God, classic.
Yeah, well,
You have two safeties you just paid a lot of money. Okay, high paid guys. You have Chris, as Ryan said, Christian Gonzalez. Johnny Jones is a decent cornerback, or he used to be really good. Now he's at least mediocre at worst. Marcus Jones can cover the slot. Like you have the pieces in place. We have a good defensive crew, and we just can't. It's coaching. It's coaching.
it's
It's all
coaching.
It's coaching.
coaching.
It's coaching.
Yeah, I don't really have a
They
ton
suck.
ton to add to that, but I think the
Yeah.
pass rush goes missing at times, and
Totally.
it's been frustrating. Like I don't know if Keon White gets much better than he is right now. Um,
He
Barmore,
already played better than he is right now in
Yeah.
September. In
yeah,
September, he was way better than he is right now, which points to either fatigue or injury.
yeah.
Or they got him
Barmore
out of
doesn't
place.
look the same yet. I'll give him a pass. Duggar's,
Understandable.
I think Duggar's slightly injured, so I'll give him a little bit of a pass. Um,
But the performance of the unit comes
yeah,
down to the coaching difference. So yeah, why don't we turn the page on this team? We're
yes, please.
bottom three in the rankings right now. It's schedule, like I mentioned before, is super duper tough.
The hardest remaining
So
schedule in the league.
yes, and so it remains to be seen how much the Bills are going to try in the final week of the
They're
season.
gonna kick our asses
Even if they don't try, they're going to kick our asses.
easily.
Well, with Mahomes going down this week with his high ankle sprain, maybe he misses a game. They have to play Carson Wentz for a game. The Bills have a lot to play for, home field.
Home field, yeah,
So
They do.
they own the tiebreaker.
And they're two games down right now. So
Yep.
and hopefully that,
I mean that's
they
going to come down to
stay
week
in that
17,
they stay in that conversation in week, is it 17 or 18 now?
18.
18.
I'm sorry, 18.
Okay. So hopefully they stay in that conversation where they don't have to bench everybody because at this point I'm rooting for the high pick. The last two games I wanted them to have a chance to win was Indy and the Cardinals. And if you can't beat those teams, then you could just get a high pick. Try to
And
get
the
a stud in here,
Cardinals.
or try to get,
Yeah.
whatever your position on the draft is. Get assets if you want to trade down or whatever. But you just
Yeah,
need to, yeah.
exactly. Maximize our assets.
Yeah. And
So
the sad part is the Cardinals didn't just beat us. It's 30-17. They kicked the shit out of us basically by the end of it.
I mean,
There
it was all the
there
way
was,
down. It was Chad Ryland hit his field goals, Joey Sly, not so much.
I know.
Mhm.
Isn't
But
that so
it's
funny?
just like every decision, that points to the front office, and you go, look, you had this guy in the building, you let him walk out the door and replaced him with this dude who stinks.
Literally in a 1-to-1 competition.
Yeah,
Before we
right
move
there.
on, there was one big play in the game that could have changed the momentum of the game massively. Was the roughing the passer
Yeah.
on Kyler Murray where we had the pick with Johnny Jones, I believe.
Yeah. Johnny Jones was so defeated. I felt so bad for him. It
Yeah,
was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
that's
We
a
can't
tough
do
call.
anything.
I didn't agree with it, but they did meet
Yeah,
helmet to helmet, so you want to
he
protect
was
the
out of the
quarterback.
pocket, but yeah. What are
I
you
get
gonna
it.
do?
They call it automatic, and until they don't, and they miss face masks on quarterbacks like they did last night in the Bears
All the
game,
time.
all the
Yeah.
time, happens constantly. All right, let's talk about week 15. I got absolutely smoked on my picks. Not
Whoa.
that bad, but pretty bad. I've fallen very far in the standings.
What are the records from last week for us?
Last week, I got 9 wins. Mind you,
That's
there
not
was
that bad.
16 games,
Okay.
nine. JJ got 11, Ryan got 12.
Oh,
Our
Ryan keeps
scoreboard is
inching me
standing.
out, you son of a bitch.
That's right, dude.
Ryan's at 116 for the year, JJ 114. I'm
Oh,
in the
God.
caboose at 109. I got no chance.
Wow, you fell off.
Fell off so hard.
I've
I'm
got 3 weeks here.
dropped six the last 2 weeks to Ryan.
I know I picked some bad game. I picked the Niners. They, oh my God. I guess we
So did
should
I.
start with that game. That was a Thursday game.
That was
Yeah.
hideous, hideous game. I know there was weather in the first half, but gross all around.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, I didn't watch much of it. Niners suck.
All
Rams
field
keep
goals.
finding ways to win.
I'm
They
glad I
just did
didn't watch it.
enough. They got one big play to Puka that really helped them, and besides that, field goals.
Six
Just
field
wasn't
goals
much
in
going
this
on.
game. There was no touchdowns. It was all field goals. Like
Yeah,
a fucking snooze fest.
Purdy was bad in the fourth quarter. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
heard that that's going to cost him some money.
Definitely
That's
could. And now he's competing with Darnold. So
dude,
you got
Darnold.
Yeah, right.
Purdy and Darnold hitting the market at the same time.
Dude,
Oh,
imagine if
potentially.
Yeah.
Darnold would be much better. Wait, wasn't Darnold already there?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
there
he
last
was.
year.
They're like the same age. It's so weird. Darnold is so young. You don't get used to it.
I know. It's like he's been in the league so bad, so long, and he's been so bad that you forget that he's like, what, 27?
Yeah, if that.
He must have
If
been like
that, that's
21 coming
crazy.
out.
Poor
All right.
guy. I mean, he's doing well.
Moving to Sunday, Kansas City at Cleveland. Jameis
Complete
gets
dumpster
benched
fire.
right away. It's just I heard some stat. He's started like 6 games this year or 5 games, like not that many, and he's got like 13 touchdowns and 12 picks or something.
I heard they're going to bench him going forward too. Is that right?
They don't. I mean, he's throwing away games, so you kind of have to. But
So much for his him getting a big contract.
I know.
I mean, it's against
I
Kansas
still
City.
like to see him.
Like Kansas City's defense, if you know, as
No,
much
yeah,
as
they're
their
good,
offense
but
is good, they're still one of the best defenses in the league too.
Yeah, Mahomes goes down with that high ankle we alluded to before. Considered week to week, last I saw, so we could see him this week. We might not see him for a couple.
he did this last year. Got the ankle injury through the playoffs. Everyone thought he can't do it. He can't do it, and he won it still. So
He's got bad ankles. He had an ankle injury earlier this
he
season.
has bad ankles, man, and it doesn't really seem to affect him. So I don't know.
No, certainly doesn't. Bengals at the Titans.
Bengals
Will
finally.
Levis, yeah, Will Levis benched in this game. Bengals went up to a big lead. Titans tried to strike back, but Bengals prevailed in the end. They're just wrecking their own draft spot.
I don't like
Yeah.
what the Titans are doing with the quarterback situation. Like, all right, you're gonna pull Levis to put in Rudolph and then go back and forth and keep doing it, and now you're saying Levis isn't gonna just let Levis play. He's at least shown glimpses.
Right.
He's had some decent stretches.
Well, and that's like a new trend in the NFL. I want to say in the last 2 years or last couple of years, maybe it was Bill attributed to that with Mac Jones, the benching, and because it's like you got to just go with the guy. If he's
Yeah.
that bad, like you've seen your backup quarterback to this point, and there's a reason he isn't playing. So just go with it because all you're doing is crushing whoever the starter is, you're just crushing their confidence and you're taking away from them, putting them even down lower. Like the same thing happened to what's his name, Bryce Young in Carolina, and then they finally were like, all right, we're not going to keep doing this, we're just going with you, and that's the way it is.
Yeah,
And he kind of turned it around. He got a little confidence.
it's funny
Bad
they
week
don't
this
throw
week.
both of their completion
this week, yeah.
percentages are really high. And so, like, for example, Will Levis was 8 for 12 with 3 picks. So 3 out of 4 of his incompletions were picks.
Yeah, only one ball hit the ground.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Next one up is Washington at New Orleans. Washington was up 2 touchdowns. Then New Orleans theme of the week: bench your quarterback, put in the backup, and start riding back into it. Rattler comes in, brings them all the way down, scores a touchdown. Little bit of controversy about the clock timing there. It was one of those.
Yeah, did you see that?
Was
The
it
clock
in
just stopped.
It
favor
stopped for
of?
3 seconds.
It was
Two or
in
three
favor of the
seconds.
Saints.
It was in favor of the
So the
Saints.
Saints were driving. They got the ball like I don't know, it was like the 5 or something like that, and to win the game. And
Didn't they still run out of clock? Or
No,
no,
they
he
scored a
missed. Oh,
touchdown.
they
they
went for
scored the
two.
touchdown. They
They went
scored the
for two.
touchdown, and they went for 2. But before they scored the touchdown, it was 9 seconds left for like 3 seconds for some reason. The
And it's
clock
funny
just stopped moving.
because the play clock is going,
Yeah.
but the
So
game clock stopped.
Really?
Yeah. And he got tackled
Oh.
like in the middle of the field, not even close to out of bounds.
there's got to be a comment from the league on that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's generally the clock guy up in the booth is a home, like that's part of the stadium.
Yeah, he works there.
You can't have
Right.
that, dude. That's
No, you're not. And it's on the ref to fix that. We've seen that plenty of times. The ref's like, please adjust the game clock to 6 seconds or whatever. So the ref has his own much more legitimate game clock that he's supposed to be going with, and I guess that didn't happen.
I did
Yeah,
like that the Saints went for it. Like, I mean, they could have easily tied that game, sent it to overtime.
They had all the momentum.
When they went for it, it was a pass to the right sideline.
Yeah.
Can't remember who it was, but incomplete. It's tough.
Rattler.
you know?
Rattler drives him back in.
Yeah, Rattler's not that bad.
Rattler's okay. He's also a rookie.
Is he their third
You don't
string?
know. He's between second and third. They can't figure out what to do with him and Jake Hayner.
And fucking,
So
are they
much, so
they're
many
playing like Taysom? Are they
quarterback
playing
issues in
Taysom
this
still
league.
too?
Yeah,
He
he
gets in
comes
there.
in. He gets in there and has like
He's like
two
a spot.
insane fantasy weeks every year.
Yeah.
And you could put him at tight end. Like
Yeah.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
I know,
You know?
right?
Shouldn't be
Next
allowed.
game up, the Ravens at the Giants. The Ravens cover like a 2 touchdown spread, win 35-14.
Lamar, 5 TDs.
Lamar, ridiculous,
Yeah, ridiculous.
but
went
to be
off.
expected. Nothing to say there. The next one, Dallas at Carolina. Two of us, including myself, took Carolina.
Ah,
They were trending in the right direction.
I think
and
I
then,
must have
nope.
taken Carolina.
yeah,
I think I did.
I
Yeah.
think you did.
I don't know. You know,
You sure did.
I
JJ
do
was the only
think-
one taking the Cowboys.
I do think Carolina's gonna win another. The strength of schedule coming up. Let me see. 32nd of 32nd. So they have the Cardinals, the Bucks, and the Falcons. I think they could beat the Cardinals. They're
That's
at home
the
against the
easiest
Cardinals.
schedule in the league. That can't be the easiest.
That's 32
schedule.
of 32.
Doesn't that mean
Strength
the
of
Maybe
easiest?
maybe it's
schedule.
for the whole season. It's not. That's just
No,
remaining.
hang on. Remaining
Okay.
schedule.
Probably the easiest for the year. I could see
Yeah,
them.
I can
No,
understand
it's 524. I don't know what I'm looking at.
okay.
So
Yeah.
they're 14th. It's the 14th hardest remaining schedule.
Okay, that sounds a little more realistic.
Middle of
yeah.
the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers are developing. This was a bad week for them, but you've seen some growth from that team this season. They were dreadful to start, and now they're okay.
Dude, they
Mhm.
were
Patriots, not so much.
they were about to have a catastrophic decision to make with Bryce Young, and they've turned it around. Bryce Young looks like a player now.
Yeah, you stick with them.
It is
You know?
massive. It is the second half of the season. What you've seen from him is massive for them going forward.
Yeah.
That would have been a whole demolishment of that team.
Yep.
The most competitive game of the early slate, Jets and Jaguars.
Go
Oh,
figure.
God.
Tight game. Mac Jones and Aaron Rodgers, two great quarterbacks dueling it out.
Oh my God, dude. Matt
Devontae
was-
Adams almost had 200 yards.
Dude,
Yeah,
he
2
was
touchdowns.
Went off.
unbelievable.
About time.
Some of the catches he was making on the sideline. Oh
And
my
he's a
God.
free agent this year. Just saying.
I don't know.
He doesn't fit our window.
I don't know.
I'd bring him
I
in for
think
1 year to
I'd fucking bring him in to help out Drake.
He's already
Can't
been
hurt.
an
Like, I
attitude
don't-
guy.
I don't want to fucking
I don't
suck
feel
this
like he's
bad.
that bad. He just goes to these teams that are awful, and he's like,
I don't
He
think
forced a trade twice.
I don't
yeah,
think he'd
out
have
of a
an attitude
terrible
with Drake
team and
May.
another terrible team. Randy Moss did that too.
I think he'd like Drake May.
Fair enough. Before we
Jack,
move
dude.
on from Randy Moss, prayers out to the big guy.
I know, right? With
Yeah,
the liver cancer, terrible.
Did he beat
Terrible
it? Is he beating it, or
Well,
do you
I
know
mean,
anything?
They're
he just
removing it
kinda-
surgically.
His eyes
So
were
hopefully.
like yellow, like
Yeah.
like you've
Bad
never
news, man.
seen. So
Awful.
But dude, Mac Jones is getting hyped in this game. He was playing fairly well, and then the last play of the game, he just throws a lollipop to the defense.
Dude,
It's not even
he is
close.
king lollipop. It is the throws he makes, it's incredible. He's made it this far as a quarterback.
Was that the Sauce Gardner pick where
I don't
they
know.
they tried to high low Sauce Gardner with a post and an out and make him choose? He didn't choose. He split the difference between the two receivers, and Mac threw it directly to Sauce.
Oh my God, dude.
So
Was that
he's
a
got a
bad throw?
receiver running right and one running left, and a defender standing in the middle, and Mac throws it right in the middle, right to the
Boom.
defender.
Oh, dude, he
Gotta
had a
love it.
pretty good game
So
on.
happy we don't have to deal with him.
He had a pretty good game up until that point too. It was like, dude, like he was running out of bounds, celebrating, fucking ran for a couple long runs. He had a what a 13-yard rush, ran out of bounds. He's fucking pointing,
Good.
like
And they
dude,
still
classic.
lost. Fucking idiot.
yeah, he's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, put a headband on, get back on the tennis court, Mac.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dolphins at the Texans. Ugly game. Dolphins are not fun to watch at all. They went
No.
from the most exciting offense in the NFL at the beginning of last season to like borderline unwatchable. I do not like watching Tua at all. It's a three-step drop, the ball comes out. He's not throwing to his best playmakers unless you call John O. Smith there's his best playmaker.
Yeah, who
And
we just looked up has 70 fucking receptions. That's like 20 times his production here in 2 seasons with the Patriots.
Dude, this
and then
game was
their running game went stale in Miami. I mean, it's not good. Mike McDaniel looks I don't know, demoralized.
He looks like he's doing a lot of cocaine or something. Now I'm just throwing that out
yeah,
there, but he
yeah.
looks. I'm not. I have no
That's
idea what he's doing.
that's what
He
it looks
looks
like.
off, dude. He
That's what
looks like he's off, and he had some issues with substance abuse. I think it was drinking in the past in Denver or something. And yeah, I know he's a young guy, so who knows? But I just hope that's not the case because this team looks terrible, and he looks fucking on another planet right now.
one thing I will say. This game was tight, 20-12 in the last two drives the Dolphins had, and Derek Stingley is turning into a fucking stud.
Yeah, he's a good
Picked
player.
him both times. Really good picks too. Like
On
that
both
guy.
on Tyreek Hill too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a player.
Colts at the Broncos. Broncos run away with this one as
Yeah.
expected. Jonathan Taylor drops the ball at the half-yard line in the mental
What the
blunder that we see
fuck,
twice a
dude?
year at this rate.
Why do we still see that, dude? That's
I was trying
insane.
to think about it. I was like, okay, it's got to be the
So
face mask.
he did drop it before the end zone. I saw
Yeah.
that they were
Yeah.
doing the replay, but I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he dropped it before the end zone. I think it's the
Whatever.
face mask. You can't see exactly
Who
laterally.
cares?
Okay, hold on to the ball. You got
I know.
no
Hold
reason.
on
There's
to the ball.
there's no reason to drop it.
No, you
Yeah.
can't even. I mean, who cares? There is no excuse for that. That's
Yeah, you
the
just got to
dumbest play in
teach
football.
yourself to be the Barry Sanders, and you just hang on to that ball. You hand it to the ref.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
always think back to like 1993 or 94, the Cowboys Bills Super Bowl, and I forget who it was. It was Nate Newton, maybe.
Leon Lett.
Leon Lett
Nate Newton and Leon Lett.
had like
No,
recovered
Nate
the
Newton played
ball.
offense. Leon Lett played defense.
He had recovered the ball and he's running to the end zone, and I think it was Steve Tasker came out of nowhere and like knocked the ball out of his hands because he was already celebrating in the Super Bowl, dude. Like
Yeah, so he did
you know
that.
that
Might have been Don Beebe.
Don Beebe, yes,
Might
that
have been
sounds
Don
right.
Beebe that stripped him. Yeah, and it's still happening today. We haven't universally learned this lesson.
No.
It's like basketball now. They do a move, right? And they travel like crazy and carry, and the guy falls down. And instead of shooting, they like look at him. You know what I mean? Like to celebrate.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah.
punk ass. Just shoot the fucking ball.
I broke his ankles. Let me stand
Yeah.
here. Classic James Harden. The Bills at the Lions. Now we're into the Sunday afternoon games where
Crazy
we
game.
thought we were going to get great games. This one was
I mean,
exciting at least. It wasn't tight.
Yeah.
It wasn't tight throughout like we expected it to be. But Josh Allen goes off. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. He might have accounted for 5 or 6 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
4.
And
Mhm.
Goff too. Goff had 494 yards and 5 TDs. I mean, it was a scoring
Goff had a
fest.
better day than he did, really. I mean, it was high scoring. The defenses need to be better. And the Lions losing this game lost David Montgomery for the season.
They lost a couple of guys. They lost a D tackle. They lost a few
Aleem
people.
McNeil.
Yeah.
Aleem McNeil's a big one. That's a stout player in your defense for your run defense.
Yeah. Him and
I think
Montgomery, that's a tough loss.
he might be a free agent, Aleem McNeil. I
No,
might
they
be wrong.
just extended him.
They extended him. Okay.
Believe me, I have my eyes on him.
Trust me. I liked him in the draft. He's a fucking beast.
Yeah,
But
he dropped like 50 pounds since he got into the league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
still a
I
really good
mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
player.
yeah, it's bad news for the Lions because they looked like the most balanced roster, and the injuries are starting to pile up, and you're seeing it affect the way the defense is able to go out there. Now, I know that Josh Allen and that Bills offense, especially in a dome, is going to put up numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it in the snow against the Niners too, but the signs are on the wall for the Lions defense that they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And this is a couple times they've lost now. Actually, no, this
Second.
is their this is
Second
only their
loss.
second loss, so it's their
Only
first
second
loss in
loss.
a couple months.
Yeah.
But
And,
you start to wonder what's it going to look like come January.
I know
I think
the injuries are tough, but we all, I think, agreed, despite our picks, that if the Lions could lose a game, it was to Buffalo because Buffalo is that team, and like you're saying. But yeah, it makes you wonder if something was exposed there. The real difference of the game was the Lions were just off to a really slow start. Buffalo went up 14-0 real quick. And then it was just the Lions kind of trying to fight back. Detroit scored 21 in the fourth quarter. That's nothing to bat an eye at. It was too little, too late.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, losing some of those guys. You lost Hutchinson earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I think that they have so many injuries right now. Eagles look like they're storming ahead. I think they have the chance to lose home field.
Which
They
leads
could
us
they could
to
lose the division. I mean, the
Minnesota
Vikings are
and the
12 and 2,
Eagles.
right there. Yeah.
as are the Lions. Okay, Eagles and Steelers, the Battle of Philadelphia, Battle of Pennsylvania. I always get those confused. Steelers didn't really show up in
No.
this one. The Eagles controlled it. I wasn't watching it, but I was monitoring the score, and they just handled them throughout. Never really got close.
Yeah, look like pretty comfortable win for them. They're just a way more talented team. And I know Pittsburgh's really well coached, but that's a different level of talent that they have over there in Philly. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody's pretty healthy. It's a pretty healthy team too. So
Yeah. I
12 and
mean,
2.
Philly is looking like a dark horse. I know a lot of us didn't give us them. You know, didn't think they had the horses probably midway through the season. Steelers shut out in the second half. I mean, that's tough. That's a tough look now in December when you're a playoff team. There was a big rift between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown apparently going on for a few weeks, and that looks like that got shored up. AJ Brown had 8 receptions, 110 yards, and a TD in this one. Philly might be a team to be reckoned with. They got a lot of pieces. They got that defense. Their running game didn't do much in this game, but we've been talking about Saquon all year. They could make a run at this thing.
It speaks to their
They really
drafting
could.
too, because they have people coming in for guys like James Bradbury, who's on IR, Brandon Graham, who's on IR,
Mm-hmm.
Byron Young on IR, Dallas Goddard. They
Yeah.
have all these guys on
We
IR.
keep bitching about injuries, and they lost half their defense, and they're 12-2 or whatever.
I mean, they just
It's
draft
like,
so
give me a
well.
break.
They draft so well, dude. I mean, they draft talent. You know, they're not looking at,
Yeah.
hey, does he play rugby?
Yeah.
Does
Does
he
he
does
fit
he
our
play another
scheme?
sport?
What are
Yeah,
his study habits?
No.
yeah,
They're like, that
like
guy is a freak of nature. Let's get him over here.
yeah,
Yeah.
plays for a big time program. They don't dick around with small schools that much. They just bring in proven guys on free agent in the free agent market and studs in college, and they're turning into what you thought they were going to be, which is good players.
Yeah.
Yep. They're reaping the rewards of it right now. Philly's on that short list of Super Bowl contenders. All right, last game of the 4 o'clock window, the Buccaneers at the Chargers.
Yeah.
Buccaneers put up 40 points on this Chargers
Crazy.
defense that's been real good so far this year.
Yeah. They
Mm.
figure something out there. I mean, Baker throws for 4 TDs. They run for 100 and whatever yards. They run all over him. Mike Evans just came alive, 9 receptions, 159 yards, 2 TDs. And it was a home game for the Chargers. It was a long trip for Tampa, and Tampa just went and kicked their ass. So, I mean, maybe makes me wonder a little bit about the game in 2 weeks when the Patriots play them, if it's attainable. I don't want it to be. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you that like this kid they got from Washington, Jalen McMillan, looks like a player. Has he scored in like 3 straight weeks or something like that? He's been coming alive here with Godwin. Godwin's on IR, and he's been playing pretty well. They
Wouldn't you
got.
know it? I liked McMillan a hell of a lot more than Polk
Did
Oh,
you?
coming out of Washington.
I haven't heard that.
McMillan was my sleeper at wide receiver.
oh, it's just funny how all these teams just pick random ass people throughout the drafts year in, year out, and
They're good.
they're
Well,
good. And
it's
then
about
we keep fucking throwing all these resources at guys, and we can't hit them if we tried.
Yep.
well, even if you draft the better player in college, you still have to work with them and develop them. They're not finished products. So
Coaching.
is someone going to develop these guys? Who is our wide receivers coach? Is it Troy Brown?
Troy
No,
Brown
he's
is
gone.
on the staff. I thought he was on the staff still. I feel like I
Maybe
see
he's
him
on the
every so
staff.
often.
He's not the receivers coach.
He's not the wide receivers coach, though.
Like,
He used to be the returners coach. I wonder if he's doing that.
who is the wide receivers coach for Oregon? Go get that guy.
Yeah, that's the guy I want.
You know, just someone who knows what
Someone.
I'd take anyone else right now. I don't know what's going on. Jalen Polk got in the game for like the first 4 snaps this week. And I put a poll up on our X page. Like,
Look at us.
will Jalen Polk have another reception this season? I think it was like 80% no.
And it's
Wow.
not looking good. I mean, it's he can't get out of it. I don't know. I feel bad for the kid. It's tough because
He needs a reset.
the first few weeks of the season, he looked like a normal rookie receiver you would hope in the second round. He's getting a few receptions a game. He started building it, and then nothing.
That's
Yeah.
some bad drops, and now they don't even look at him.
Now they don't even look at him. It's terrible. Yeah.
That's right.
I
I'm
agree.
always looking at the numbers in the game, and it's Booty, Bourne, and Douglas, and that's it. Like
That's it.
I mean, that's kind of what it should be, but
Sunday night, Packers at the Seahawks. Packers were too much.
yeah.
They're I talk about receivers. I mean, how many mid-round receivers did the Packers pick up? And every
top
single
three.
one of them,
Every one of
it's-
them plays.
every one of them is good. They all have complementary skill sets. You got the deep
Yeah.
threat, you got the intermediate guy, you got the sideline player.
Yep.
They
Watson,
add
Dobbs, and Reed.
I thought they made a huge mistake letting Aaron Jones go. And like before they picked up Jacobs, we knew Jacobs was a good player, but he's brought a toughness to the offense that, Jones is more of a slasher. Jacobs can
Yeah.
hit you right in the mouth. So
Yeah.
it's a different element that they have and is going to suit home games in January in Green Bay a little bit better.
I mean, I don't even think Jacobs has had a bad game this season. You know,
Can anyone tell me what's going on with DK Metcalf? I mean, around the league, he's got a pronounced reputation, but you watch games and I feel like I don't even see him.
Well, in this game, Geno Smith got hurt, I want to say in the third quarter. So that probably
Yeah.
didn't help.
On a
But-
very weird play. It was like a guy clicked his heels while he was
Yeah.
in the air and he hurt his knee. It was weird.
Right. It was odd in that, but a lot of what I'm hearing and seeing is that they're running everything through Jackson Smith and Jigba, and
He's a
they're
player.
trying to get him the ball. Who's a good player, but it's at the expense of Metcalf.
Who's making $20 million a year to stand alone on the
Right,
sideline.
and the guy's a freak. I mean, every time they go to him, he makes a play. They just don't go to him. So I'm sure he wants out. But we'll see.
Green Bay drafts and develops, man. They do
Yeah.
it so well.
All around too.
Carrington, Valentine,
The
Edgerrin
Green Bay
Cooper.
model. The Green Bay model. This
Your
doesn't
bro-
look. Why don't we look like Green Bay if we're following the Green Bay model? Someone riddle me that.
Your brother had the pick of Edgerrin Cooper and was like the second round for the Patriots last year.
Second round. Yeah.
He had a pick, a sack, 2 passes defended, and 7 tackles and 2 QB hits.
Hey,
2 of his
Darren.
tackles were for loss. He had a
Darren
game.
knows how to pick guys. He said the best receiver in this draft was Brian Thomas Jr. At this point in the season, he might be correct.
He might be right.
Yeah, Malik, it's been pretty good. Yeah, it's
It
tough.
might be a
It's
toss
close.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, stats
He's in the
wise,
conversation.
He's right there.
He did
And,
have
and
bonehead picks though. He did have a couple that I was like, no. But
Yeah, the Patriots linebacker pick. I mean, hey,
well,
that would
that
have
was
worked
Edgerrin
out.
Cooper.
That's Edger.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine Jesus. We all
Yeah.
shit on him for that too. That would have been a monster pick.
Well, we all wanted
Yeah.
McConkey. We wanted McConkey, I think.
McConkey would have been great.
Yeah, I would take
We're big
McConkey over
McConkey
Cooper.
fans here.
Yeah.
Monday night doubleheader. No one explains why. The Bears and the
What a
Vikings.
probably the shittiest Monday night lineup I can remember, and the
I
games were awful.
Again, I kept clicking over to the Falcons and Raiders, and
Switching
it
back
was
and forth.
just hideous. I couldn't watch it for more than like 3 minutes at a time. Just watching Cousins' corpse out there, just like can't really throw, can't get the ball anywhere. And
Raheem
then
Morris would not be definitive on who's going to start next week.
they got 150 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
They're
dude.
gonna bench him
I mean,
over this year and the next two.
every time I see that team, I just think of, I mean, if you could have had Bill Belichick, and you probably would have been easily won that division.
I think there's some pressure there when the writing's on the wall when you draft a kid eighth, where it's like, I think
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is a pretty decent quarterback normally, but when you draft the kid eighth and you start having some bad games and you string 2 or 3 bad games together, does it get harder to play? You know?
Isn't there also pressure to play the guy you just guaranteed 150 million over 3 years, and you're in the
This is
first
true.
year of that deal?
Yeah, but why'd you draft a quarterback eighth?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Has
knows.
actually
That's-
explained that.
That's the Raheem Morris stream. And then, the Bears Vikings game too. Aaron Jones looked good in that. Sam Darnold didn't really have a great game, but they got enough done. Caleb Williams just he makes it look like everything is, so hard. There's you compare him to Drake May. Drake May has those plays where he makes it look easy, and you're like, oh, wow, like that little shovel pass Ryan mentioned, the deep ball over the top this week. It's like, damn, like that guy, he makes this look easy. Caleb Williams just looks like he is so fucking stressed out every single play. Like, whoa, what do I? And then he holds the ball so long and he gets his freaking clock clean. And then he's on the sidelines and he's crying. He's pulling a Mac Jones. It's like, tighten it up, kid.
Yeah. It was bad. And Troy Aikman was getting on him too. He's like, look, the guy's open. The guy's open. The guy's open. And this is where he throws the ball, and the guy gets crushed.
He holds onto the ball way too long.
Way too long.
He does not throw with anticipation at all. He needs to see him wide open, process it, and then he could throw it.
Yeah.
All the talent in the world. Get rid of the fucking ball, kid. I will say he doesn't turn the ball over. I think he's got the longest stretch of a rookie quarterback without throwing a pick.
Maybe, that's good.
Know,
I mean, I don't know. He just looks like it's way too much for him. He is He play to play. That kid is freaking out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
They need a quick
and they have so many weapons. I mean, Keenan Allen's kind of a quick hitter, but
Adunze's a great player.
He hit Adunze on a good deep kind of a seam pass deep down the field.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know that. That's not a quick hitter. Adunze is not a quick hitter.
No. I was saying Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's
yeah.
He's a quick. I can get myself open and catch the ball. I thought they caught something in the third quarter when they started to involve DJ Moore. DJ Moore's got a little Debo in him. He's just kind of a tough receiver, tough guy to bring down, where you can get some momentum going that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then it fell off.
Yeah, Minnesota's good, man. Minnesota's very, very good.
And the Bears are not.
With the state of the Lions getting banged up this week, I don't know if those pieces are shattering. I don't know if Montgomery, they still have Gibbs.
Yeah.
I don't know if McNeil and Montgomery are like, you might not get home field for most of these games, but we'll see.
I mean, the Lions last 3 games, Bears, Niners, and Vikings. And the Vikings have the Seahawks, Packers, and Lions.
That week 18 game could be
Week 18 is going to decide that division.
That could be it, which would be sick.
Going down to the wire for sure.
That's going to be, and it might even decide first home field advantage, first round bye.
Good.
So remember we thought
giant game.
The AFC East was going to be all these good teams, except for the Patriots.
It's fucking awful.
The Bills are 11-3. The Dolphins are 6-8. And the Jets are 4-10.
The Dolphins are a lucky 6-8 too. Like they've looked awful in a lot of their wins.
I'm shocked by how bad they've been. I know they
Yeah.
lost Tua for a while, but it's been even when he's been back, it's like I don't know, it's not the same.
Not the
Right.
same. All right. Let's move to week 16 here. We can run through these guys. Thursday night, Broncos at the Chargers.
That's a
Broncos
tough
riding
one.
high. Chargers, not so much. Home field advantage. Do they have it? Who's to say?
I mean, 2 weeks in a row for the Chargers at home. You'd like to think they'd take advantage, but the Broncos look pretty fucking good, man. Sean Payton's really coaching a good team.
Yeah, they're the sleeper team of the year, I think.
Definitely.
I don't know if I
I'm
get
I'm
the
gonna go
memo.
San Diego. I'm gonna go LA Chargers. I'll take the home team.
Um, yeah, yeah, I'll go Chargers.
All right. I'll take the Broncos.
You need to. You need to make up some
I need to
ground.
make up some ground. I
You're just
can't
gonna
be
do
taking the
that
same.
from.
Yep.
You got
I'm
to pick
picking
first.
last every
You got to
single
pick
time.
first the next game.
Wow.
What was I going to say? Oh, both of these teams are currently 2 games up in the wild card. So the Chargers are at 8-6, and the next closest team is 6-8 behind them. Chargers in the third spot for the wild card. So it's not imperative for either of them for playoff considerations. Next one, Saturday. We got Saturday games. What's
Brutal.
going on?
Oh God,
I hate the in-season Saturday games.
they're good games too.
I know it sucks. It's like, what are you guys doing to us? Just make a good football. Can they not make a good football Sunday anymore? You know what I mean? They're so worried about taking up all this other shit. They used to have a great Sunday lineup. Now they're like, well, we need all these other days to fill. It's like, no, just know your audience, know your fucking product, and make a nice Sunday.
Sunday is your day. Aren't there like college football playoff games on Saturday too?
Probably. Are you
Yeah, I think there
seeing the
are.
lineup for Sunday too? It's fucking hot garbage.
Well, let's talk about these good Saturday games because they are.
Oh, what a
The Texans
joke.
and Chiefs in a battle of tops in the divisions in the AFC. The Chiefs might be without Mahomes, so we're going to have to make our picks with that big unknown.
I know.
What is
That's a rough
happening
one.
here? Do I go first? I will take the Texans first.
So
I'll
you
go
went first.
Chiefs. I'm gonna go the Chiefs. Texans really have been doing it for me. And who's the backup quarterback in the Chiefs? Does anyone even know?
Carson Wentz, I
Wentz.
think.
Wentz.
Yeah,
Wentz.
Yeah,
I'll
good.
say, yeah, fuck it. I'll do the Chiefs.
you're in bed with him now.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think there's really any reason to rush Mahomes.
There is no reason to rush Mahomes.
So I'm for that reason I'll go Texans.
Damn it.
And Stingley's. I mean, some of their Will Anderson's playing well. They just got a lot of players.
They
The
haven't been
Texans.
playing great in a while, which gives me some pause. But moving
Offensively, they
on,
have not.
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon. Okay, so this is probably what's going on. College football's probably got the night games.
Mhm.
So Saturday afternoon, the Steelers and the Ravens in a must-see TV at all times. Doesn't matter how good or bad the teams are. This year, they're both good. Division is still in play at this point. The Steelers have a 1-game advantage over
That's
the
crazy.
Ravens. Steelers coming off a
So
tough loss. Ravens beat the shit out of the Giants last week.
Ravens are at home. Last game, Steelers versus Ravens. I chose the Ravens and they lost to the Steelers, but I really have a tough time believing that the Steelers are going to sweep the Ravens this year with all that talent on the Ravens, even though their defense is bad. I'm going to go the Ravens at home.
I'm gonna go the Ravens. Pickens has been out for a couple weeks now. Probably gonna be out again this week. That's the only way to defeat the Ravens right now is to attack them downfield. Uh, like the Ravens at home.
Thank you. I will take the Steelers.
Good, go for it.
There we go.
He
You can
loves
have
pick,
it.
you got to pick middle next time.
I'm just gonna fall all the way to the bottom of the rankings with
Yeah.
this strategy. Okay, Sunday, the Giants and the Falcons. I'll take the Falcons in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the. I mean, can you take the Giants? I'm taking
You
the
can't
Falcons.
take the Giants at this. They don't even know. They have no idea who's going to play quarterback. They
I
put it
will
in one
take
guy,
the
then take him out, put it in the other guy.
I will take the Michael Penix led Atlanta Falcons.
Take the
Falcons
Penix. All right.
for the sweep. The Lions at the Bears.
Lions.
Lions.
Come on.
Bears are trash.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This lineup, give us
Yeah.
a decent 1 o'clock fucking game. I mean, I guess you have the Eagles Commanders coming up. You have a couple, but you know,
Yeah, I kind of
it's pisses me off with these Saturday games.
kind of feeling sneaky, but no. The Lions.
Lions, got it. Browns and Bengals, Battle of Ohio.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
I'm gonna go Bengals too.
Give me Bengals.
Bengals across the board. All right. And then the Titans at the Colts.
What an
And
ugly game.
God.
dude, this is tough. The Titans are sitting at 3-11.
I'm gonna go
Currently,
Titans. I'm gonna
they're
go Titans,
positioned for a between there's like 6 teams that are
Six
three and
teams that are
11.
3-11.
which is
It's
crazy.
hideous. Yeah. You could
Yeah.
be 3-11 and draft ninth
Yeah,
the way things are currently.
which is
thing
usually first pick overall when you're 3 wins, maybe second.
So one thing I didn't realize, and I just kind of figured out, is that teams with the same record in the NFL draft, say the Patriots have the third pick right now at 3-11, and the Jaguars have the fourth pick at 3-11, they cycle them out. So the Jaguars would move up ahead of the Patriots, and the Patriots would fall to the bottom 3-11 team the next round.
Oh, yeah. They rotate.
They rotate
Right.
them out, so if there's multiple teams there, the first team would move down to the bottom, the second team would move up. The
It's like
second
a snake
team,
draft.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, but not really. It's not like the last. It's the next team up would move up, and then
Oh, okay.
it's weird. I'd say that all that bullshit to say Titans. I'll take
Titans.
the Titans. Yeah,
All right, I'll take the
I
Colts.
learned something. I didn't know that. I was like,
I can't
why
believe you guys are both taking the Titans. I mean, who's playing quarterback for the Titans? They don't even know.
Rudolph played fairly well when he was in there.
Anthony
I just-
Richardson is so bad, dude. I have a tough time picking
me
him
too.
for anything.
even though they're at home.
You're
Colts in the dome.
You want to
Spears
switch?
looks good.
You want to
Tyjae
switch?
Spears.
Nope. It's already written down. done.
Rams Jets. That's a good one. I'm gonna take Rams away because they're basically fighting to keep that division. So
Boy, that's I'm gonna take the Rams too. I can't go with the Jets.
The Rams are 8-6.
yeah,
They need
Happened
it.
fast.
These are the games they need to win to get into the playoffs.
yeah,
Rams.
and keep
give,
that
give me the
division.
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Okay. Are we at the Eagles now?
Yeah,
Finally.
Eagles Commanders. Finally
Eagles
a good
and-
game.
The Eagles are favored by 3.5 in this game.
Give me the Eagles.
I'm gonna take the Eagles as well.
I'll go Commanders
Commies.
at home.
How about that?
Okay.
Next, we have the Cardinals and Carolina wrapping up the early slate. This is a kind of a sneaky game. Arizona is favored by 4.5 in this one.
I'm gonna pick the Carolina Panthers. I've picked both of their wins before. I hope I can do it again.
I think they have 3 wins.
Do they have
I
3
am
wins? Oh,
going
you're
to
right. They have
go-
3 wins. Maybe I picked 2 of the 3. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
Sean,
so.
you want to pick next?
Oh, I just went second.
All right.
No. I'll go. I'm gonna take. Where's the game? Home team.
In
Give me the home
Carolina.
team. Carolina it is.
All right, clean sweep. We're all taking Carolina. I think
What?
if they're gonna win another game, this is gonna be it.
Dude, you're just playing defense on the picks now. You're
I'm
playing
not, dude.
total defense.
I was gonna
Throwing
pick
you.
Carolina anyway.
He is.
I'm not.
I know
I-
it. I know you are.
Dude, if
we
they're
didn't-
gonna win another game, this has to be the game.
Vikings Seahawks in Seattle. Let me see where the Seahawks are in the rankings. They are at 8-6. They are tied for the lead in that division. They need it. Vikings need it. It's in Seattle.
Give me the
Gino-
Vikes, man. Give
Gino
me the
got-
Vikes.
Don't overthink it. Vikings.
Yeah, Gino. I don't know if Gino's playing. I mean, they didn't look very impressive, and the Vikes they're one of those teams that does what they need to, and their defense. Brian Flores just called, as we've said so many times, calling a
Kevin
great
O'Connell
defense.
is an unbelievable coach.
Unbelievable coach.
Vikings.
Unbelievable coach.
Vikings across the board. And Flores. Would love to see Flores get
A second chance. He
get his
deserves it.
opportunity.
He does deserve it.
He deserves one here.
Yeah, right.
Dude, he was on my short list in the offseason.
Let's get him.
I ranked my guys. I think I had Flores 2.
Vrabel 1, Flores 2 for me.
I think that's how I had him ranked. Yeah.
Yep. Same thing.
I like it.
We didn't even talk about the Bills Pats, but I'm going to put us all down for the Bills
Yeah.
in this one.
Yeah, we're gonna get our clocks
scores.
cleaned if we are within 35 points of this game. I consider that we kept it competitive.
I'll go,
I think the Bills set a record for the most 30-point games in a season
I'll go
already this year.
38-13 Bills.
Oh yeah, we should make our picks. What do you got, Sean?
38-13 sounds pretty good. I'm going to give us a couple more points than that, but I'm going to go 40-20.
I'm gonna go 35-17.
What
35-17.
has happened
I
to
meant
this
to say
defense?
41 to
That
20.
that speaks to how little confidence we have in this defense
Oh,
now.
nothing, dude. They're the 30th ranked defense
There's a 14-point spread on this. And
We have
we all
wait,
have the Bills covering.
we have the
Oh yeah.
30th ranked defense?
In DVOA. We are the 30th ranked,
Oh, in DVOA.
which is the DVOA stat is basically your defense versus the strength of your opponent.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Like
nerd.
factored in.
I'm looking at yards and it's 21st, but it's
Okay,
still,
so
I
we're
mean,
bottom 10 in everything.
what was it? 8 last year?
Yeah, we're top 10 in most categories.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, right. It's bad.
Ridiculous.
Jaguars at the Raiders.
Puke.
Hold the vomit in your mouth while you make this pick.
The Raiders are going to win it. Raiders at home. This is the game they take.
I like it.
Are the Raiders at 2-10?
2-12.
2-12, the Raiders are. They're racing for that number one pick.
They are.
Dude, Travis Hunter would look filthy in a Raiders jersey. That would
filthy
be
in a Patriots jersey.
No, nah.
Raiders jersey is number one jersey in any sport.
Yeah, I'll
Number
give you
one.
that, but I still think the Patriots throwbacks. I'll take the Patriots throwbacks. Travis Hunter is the one player I wouldn't trade down for. Like I would stay if I could get a chance at Travis Hunter. I would.
We need the Raiders to win this game to have a chance at
That's
Travis
why
Hunter.
I want the Raiders to win.
Okay. Take the Raiders. Does Mac Jones have Las Vegas flashbacks?
Dude,
Give me
he
the
has
Jags.
Oh my God.
awful games against the Raiders now
Yeah.
that you mentioned about both
Dude, take the
years.
Jaguars. He's just
Pick
Take
six
the
in the
Jags.
end zone.
You're doing the
and-
thing.
Dude, this is pick suicide right here.
You're
This
you're
is what I
throwing
get
your
for
season. There's still like 3 weeks left, dude.
Yeah, but you guys don't make the picks before the show. I usually do, and I didn't this week. And so now I have carte blanche to make all these stupid selections. That's going to bite
That's
me
why
in
you
the
want to
ass.
pick last all the time.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right, let me go first on this one. San Fran at Miami.
Oh my God.
San Fran at Miami.
I've been picking San Fran all year. I have no confidence anymore.
No.
They're
Miami.
so
Give me
banged up.
Miami.
All right, what do you got, Sean?
Miami looks so bad.
So does San Francisco.
I know. I can't decide.
What the fuck is going on over there?
Give me the Fins. I'll take the Fins.
I'm going to go San Fran.
Yeah,
Maybe they come alive.
figures. Sunday night, the Bucks at Dallas. Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Bucks. All
Bucks
the way.
at Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, Bucks.
Bucks are at 8-6, first in that division. I feel like they're even better than that.
I'm sick of hearing about how the Cowboys have no running game. Like, you have a good offensive line. This should be good. Daddle's not awful.
No.
I don't know.
Turpin's like their best guy running the ball. They just
CD Lamb's a
pitch it to
fucking
him.
stud.
He won't stop. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
No.
CD's just lighting it up.
He's one of those guys.
Monday night, Saints at Packers.
Packers.
Pack.
I'm gonna guess Rattlers playing in this game. Doesn't matter.
Give me
Packers
the pack.
Yeah. Huh?
yeah. Dome team in Green Bay in December.
See you later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Especially from New Orleans.
game, set, and match right there. Week 16. JJ does not like the schedule, but at least we don't have 2 Monday night games.
I guess it's a positive, yeah.
That's a positive. Okay, we're gonna take it as we can.
At least we're not missing much at 4 o'clock. Like, we're gonna watch the Patriots Bills. What else is on? Is the Dolphins? Oh, the Chargers and Broncos is pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Vikings and Seahawks isn't bad, but I don't think Gino's gonna play. Is he? Do we know anything about that?
No,
I don't think so. I'd be surprised. I don't know. He seemed pretty hurt, but they are fighting for a playoff spot, so maybe he toughs it out. I don't know. I don't know how bad the injury was.
We'll see Sam Howell back out there.
Slinging
He
Sammy.
did not look the same.
No, he
What
didn't.
the fuck?
Just
dude?
give him some time.
What
He looks like
he
he
was
looks
fearless.
like a statue in the pocket, but he's like 5'11". It's like
Yeah.
it's a weird. He's not built like a pocket passer, but he's such a firm pocket passer.
He had something in Washington, and I don't know where it is because he was fearless, and now it's like gone. I don't know.
Could be nerves. Could be nerves getting thrown out there in the middle of the game. Still, We'll see.
Did you guys hear the Mayo press conference when they asked him why Drake May couldn't do a QB sneak? And he said, you said it, not me.
Yeah.
Well, he said, I think the reporter was like, was that Alex Van Pelt's call to not QB sneak
Right.
Drake May?
You said it, not me.
Just throwing it right
What
under
are
the
you
bus.
doing now? What is this now? Like now you're throwing your coordinators under the bus, dude?
Well,
That's what that is.
who's gonna want to come work for you when you're saying shit like that? Who's gonna
And
want to
then
be your
every
coordinator?
time, I mean, and then he walks it back like the very next
Oh, what
chance
I
he
meant to
can't.
say on the follow-up was like, dude, no,
It's like
you
he
can't
just
do
keeps
that.
You
making
were
all these
supposed
mistakes and then making it worse.
you were supposed to be a media guy. You're better off just doing the Bill Belichick and saying, "Nope, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Buffalo." Like, at least you don't get yourself into trouble as much as he has.
I'll tell you what that is. That's covering your own ass.
Yeah. Well,
And
and that's what a lot of players are adopting that. Oh, why'd you fumble that play to make it an interception? Well, the ball should have been thrown a little higher. Oh, I wonder where you learned that from.
I
Maybe your
fucking
head
hate that.
coach.
There's no way Alex Van Pelt like that.
No, I'd be pissed. Be like, thanks, dude.
Not a chance.
And you're the head coach. If you don't like the play call, you can go over that headset to the 18 people you're dialed into and say, hey, run Drake May at a fucking QB sneak right now.
And it's not like he only had one chance for it. They did it two
Yeah.
plays in a row.
And then if you don't like it after that, say, then you have words for your offensive coordinator, and that's a thing. Don't just be like, oh, I don't know what's going on over there. And then your offensive coordinator calls a play and you're like, throw him under the bus. You're the head freaking coach. He's not the head coach.
Drop this on you. Nick Cattles. You guys know Nick
Crazy.
Cattles?
No.
He has well, he does a podcast for the Patriots every week. He put up a poll on his Twitter. Guy's got 110,000 followers or something like that. He's got a lot. Maybe 12,000, I don't know. Anyway, did Sunday make you leave the Mayo Island? This is the poll.
Yes.
450 people voted. 45% said yes, 8% said no, and 47% said already left. So that is 92%
Disapproval rating.
disapproval rating.
So it's like 420 out of the 450 people or something.
Stunningly,
8% want him to stay.
Joe Biden is more popular than Gerard Mayo is right now.
That's a
And
funny way to put
you know,
it.
if you're following Nick Cattles on X, you're probably a pretty big fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 92%.
Of
Right.
hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no good.
And-
It's oh God.
And you know, everyone was saying, you know, the thing people keep saying is, oh, you know, if he plays well in the last 4 games, like that, they'll build something, blah blah
It's
blah.
out the
blah,
window
blah.
now.
Well, it's out the window. You just got crushed by Arizona, your only winnable game. Now, maybe something happens against the Chargers, but the Bills are going to kill you. And if this is 2 or 3 ugly games in a row, what is his case for staying?
Yeah, that's the thing. What positives do you have?
Dude,
what reasoning do you have to bring him back? Like a different
Nobody
roster?
has an answer. Nobody has an answer for that question.
Who has looked better? Who has developed? Who is, you know, I just don't. I'm searching for positives.
Yeah.
They're hard to find. Let's turn the page on this team, huh?
They're done.
I'd love to, but we still
We're
got
on
3
to
weeks to go.
2025.
3 weeks
You know how
left.
many mock drafts I've done? Fucking 500. I don't know. A lot.
That's
A
fun.
lot.
We'll have plenty of time to dive into that. But for now, we'll leave you guys with this for week 16. Enjoy your Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday NFL football, and don't forget about college football in the meantime. Thank
Are
you
we
all for
back?
listening.
Are we back before Christmas? I don't think so.
Depends what JJ's schedule is. You
we'll
jet setter, James.
We'll have to figure it out.
I
That
don't
sounds
think
like
so. I think we'll be-
sounds like a Christmas break.
We'll
Yeah.
discuss.
You guys,
Nobody wants
everybody-
to talk about this Patriots Bills game that's about to happen.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Try to get your mind somewhere else than this team.
There you go. Maybe lay off the Patriots gear for gifts this year.
Yeah, right.
No,
No, never.
Probably
Never.
discounted.
They should be.
It won't be.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back.
All right, guys. See ya.
Happy holidays. Adios.